When I Rage Quit Killer is Dead, I realized I might have gone a bit overboard on the recurring games that I do every week. It's a bit hard juggling four continuities in this brain of mine. Maybe you could do it. Maybe you can juggle four continuities pl- uh, for your creative output, plus also whatever you're watching in your free time. Uh, I apparently can't. So I'm bringing back Wildcard Wednesdays. And for the first episode of Wildcard Wednesdays, I'll throw it a real rich in the plans with I'm gonna do some tests in my game. This is a test slash shill episode where I play the current build of Rolled a Pinball Nightmare and tell you that you could go, if you want to play this game as it currently stands, you can go to my Patreon at patreon.com/noagendastudios. And I post, oh shit. Hold on. I fucked up. Oh man, I fucked up and I lost my cool, oh no, this ball is fireproof. That's even worse. I have to quit. My controller was fucking up. I had it set to the wrong profile or something. Anyway, this is the latest build. I haven't talked much about this game, like in detail, since the first demo when I had it with Michael, and it didn't even have a lot of the graphics were placeholder graphics. Some of the graphics I fell down here again. If you use an item, it goes away. You can't get it back by quitting. See, I still don't have these items. I'm gonna get some of these bouncy balls. So I haven't talked about how much this game hates you, and that's probably bad marketing to say that. I didn't mean to make it as masochistic. I'm definitely gonna tone it down before the full release in October. This game will be coming out in October, come hook or crook. I mean, the game's finished. It's fully playable. Theoretically, I haven't beaten it. But everything's implemented. It just needs to be polished and bug tested. So I've got another 5 months to do that. So that should be, and it took me 3 months to do this build. I took April pretty much off. I started in December. I finished in March. And I haven't touched it much since then because other than to do what I'm doing right now, playtest it, and then try to stand off a few smooth edges. Or rough edges. Rough the edges smooth. Make the rough edges a little smoother. This part I'm not touching though. This part right here that I'm playing right now, where I keep dying, this isn't changing. This is almost the same as it was as the demo. In the demo, you can get the demo for free too. If you don't want to give me money, if you don't want to give me $5 for the beta version of what will probably be a $5 game, you can also try the demo, which is just this section I'm in right now. Basically the same, although I've cleared out this section already, so there's no there's a little bit different, just because I'm further ahead. But I think everything in here, except I think everything in here is the same, with a few differences that, god damn it, I used the tough ball again too. I've already cleared this area down here, is the problem. That's why I don't want to come down here. So I don't really want to come down here, but I guess I can go around here. I can show you some more screens, since I'm probably not gonna get where I'm trying to go in the course of this video. So yeah, I set out to make this game obviously games like Getting Over It and Jump King are somewhat of if not a direct inspiration, at least it's okay to make a game like this inspiration. But at first I set out, I was like, well, I'm gonna make it somewhat more forgiving than games like that, because there's checkpoints. And checkpoints changes the whole game entirely. Compared to the rest of the genre, the rest of the frustration climb genre, or whatever you want to call it. Is there a name for that genre yet? The genre of games where it's basically like it's a subset of platformer, I would probably say. It's probably closest to platform games, even this. But your goal is to get to the top of a place or something. It's to well, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die slowly. To platform around and stuff. But you can fall back down to the beginning if you're not careful. That genre. That genre doesn't usually have checkpoints. This game does. And when I first implemented the checkpoints, I was like, well, that makes it more fair. But then I got in the way of that. I'm not going to pretend like, you know, it just happened. These things just happened. The game designed itself in a literal way rather than the figurative way that people say it. But what I will say is that I'm a piece of shit, and I couldn't help myself. So the checkpoints aren't as much of a saving grace as they initially seem like they might be. Which is evidenced by my checkpoint currently being back here in the caves, in the demo section. Which is not where I want to be. It's not the checkpoint I want to be at. Right now what I'm trying to do is get to another checkpoint. Because I was at that checkpoint and I fell down to this checkpoint. I mean, if you're quick on the quit button, you could avoid that issue. So there's still some fairness left. If you don't want to end up in the wrong checkpoint, you can quit before that happens, but you'll lose whatever item you have equipped. Keep your money though when you quit. I should change that. I should take your money when you quit, because I take your money when you die. I take your money when you die, so I don't see why I don't take your money when you quit. How long have I been in this room for? That's the question. It's the eternal question. I have to wait. This bouncy ball. All the balls you can buy from that little flying guy, Jakob. I don't know how you pronounce that name. I'm saying Jakob, right? Jakob? It's not an American name anyway, so I can't pronounce it correctly. All the items you get from him are kind of a trick. The bouncy one is the one that I find the most useful. Because it at least bounces. But it also bounces. It bounces a lot. And when you get in that situation like I was in a couple minutes ago, like a minute ago, where I was waiting for it to stop so I could nudge it. But it was just bouncing. It was just sitting there bouncing straight up and down. I wanted to nudge it, but I couldn't because it wasn't stopped. So you can nudge the ball. I don't know if I've made that clear. There's only 2 buttons. There's only 2 buttons in this game outside of menus. So I'm going completely tutorial-free approach. You press, and that 2 buttons can be multiple different buttons. So if you press buttons on your controller, keyboard, or mouse, or whatever, eventually you'll figure out what the 2 buttons do. And I figured you'd get nudging. Well, anybody watching this video now has had this experience spoiled for them. But I figured someone going in blind would get nudging from just being frustrated when their ball stops. That doesn't work if you're doing it with the bouncy ball. Getting through that screen on the first try is kind of important because now I have a hazard to deal with. I can drop down. I can just drop down here. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I don't want these electricity balls in my way. These electricity balls getting in my way. Alright. Now the ball should stop spawning now. There should be no more balls after the... Oh, there should be no more balls after these. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. No, let's try to get to the checkpoint. We've got like 3 more screens to the next checkpoint. And now see, if I go up to the left, there, you see there's an exit to the left. If you go there, you go, that's back to the checkpoint. That'll take you back to the checkpoint. See what I mean? It's, I promise I initially set out to do something. Oh no. See, I told you. Well, I didn't want to make this a super long video, but you can see why on the title screen it says this save has 26 hours on it. I'll get a new build out Wednesday. I'll have a new build out for patrons Wednesday. So if you want the fresh, or that's today. That's Wednesday, Wildcard Wednesday today as the video is coming out. There'll be a new build out that you can play if you sign up for the Patreon. I'm going to try to make some improvements to it before then as of this moment. That's 2 days from now as of recording. Maybe I'll make it a little bit more playable. Maybe I'll actually beat it in the next 2 days. So I can know it's possible. Alright, I'll go to this screen and see you next week for something else on Wildcard Wednesday.